This is a Security Weekly production. Black Hills Information Security, the leaders in penetration testing and active defense. Email consulting@blackhillsinfosec.com to request a quote today. This episode of Hack Naked TV is brought to you by IT Pro TV. With IT Pro TV, you gain access to the most important tools needed to prepare for your IT certification. IT Pro TV has thousands of hours of up-to-date, high-quality video content. Course topics include CCNP, CompTIA Advanced Security Practitioner, Ethical Hacking, Virtualization, Cryptography, SSH, Microsoft Server 2016, and more. You can stream their courses live and on demand to your Chromecast, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, PC, or mobile device. They have one low monthly subscription price, and you can cancel at any time. Corporate pricing is available, and clients include Harvard, MIT, UCSD, Stanford, and more. Check out itpro.tv/hacknaked to upgrade your brain with the most popular IT certifications. Use the code HACKNAKED30 for a free 7-day trial and save 30% off for life.
Welcome to another episode of Hack Naked TV. I'm your host, Aaron Lyons, and we're recording today, June 2nd, 2016. Today I'm going to be talking about Teamviewer, Myspace, and much, much more. So there have been multiple recent claims by people on Reddit that their Teamviewer accounts have been compromised and that Teamviewer itself has been hacked. Teamviewer, for its part on this, is denying that there's been any breach or that they've been hacked at all. However, their DNS server was briefly taken offline by a DDoS attack. They say that's completely unrelated to these claims. Teamviewer is known to be a choice tool for criminals, and they're known to install it via an Adobe Flash update on already infected machines. Given that the source of the breach is users on Reddit, I'm a little bit inclined to believe Teamviewer at this point. If there are any developments in the story, be sure that we'll have them here on Hack Naked TV for you. And I don't know where I was going with that. Lost my train of thought. Anyways, Myspace has found a way to be relevant again. That's right, Myspace is in the news. Probably not the way they want to be. There's been a huge credential dump totaling over 360 million credentials from both Myspace and Tumblr. These credentials are from breaches dating all the way back to 2013, so they're a little dated. And unless you have the bad habit of password reuse or you haven't changed your Tumblr or Myspace password in 3+ years, you're probably safe. You're probably safe if you're still using MySpace anyways, because no one's paying attention to your MySpace page. Anyways, the hacker responsible, Page, is also the same hacker that was responsible for the recent 164 million credentials dumped from LinkedIn. You might recall that we reported on that breach here also, and that dump was also from a few years ago, from 2012. I'm a little curious why this hacker would wait 3 to 4 years before pushing the dumps. Maybe they're trying to make use of these credentials before cashing in one last time on them. It's not exactly clear what the motivation behind making these dumps public now after such a long time is. Moving on, Infoblox has just recently published their Q1 DNS Threat Index report. And there's some interesting little tidbits in this report. Short report, only a few pages, worth a read. So they're saying that since Q4 of last year, they've seen a 35-fold jump in the number of ransomware domains out there. That's a huge jump. Locky is by far heading up the pack in the most commonly observed ransomware. No real surprise there. And exploit kits still remain the highest threat, and Angler being the top exploit kit, again, leaving the rest of the pack behind. Other exploit kits that make up a significant portion of the observed activity, including Rig, Neutrino, and Magnitude. Honestly, it doesn't really surprise me that exploit kits are beating out ransomware. As we know, it's pretty common for the criminals to use the exploit kits, such as Angler, to load the ransomware onto the target system. Speaking of ransomware, there's a new email spam campaign that's just been kicked off to spread Locky via malicious JavaScript attachment. Now, this isn't the first time that we've seen JavaScript attachments being used to spread Locky, and we first saw this back in April of this year. Currently, this spam campaign is targeting mainly European users, though we have been seeing some occurrences of it in the US and Canada. So keep an eye out. Don't open JavaScript attachments from unknown sources in your email. Most of us probably don't get JavaScript as attachments anyway, so we should be suspicious when we see those. US citizen Rory Goodry, and I'm probably slaughtering his name, aka k@exploit.im, has just been sentenced to 3 years of supervised release for his part in running the Darkode crime board. So the Darkode crime board was taken down last July by a joint international law enforcement action task force, what have you, and it resulted in the arrest or search of 70 Darkode members and associates around the world. Gertie was just found guilty on one count of obtaining information by computer from a protected, this is lawyer speak, and it's going to throw me for a loop here. One count of obtaining information by a computer from a protected computer. I don't understand why they can't just say unauthorized access to a computer, but what have you. He was just found guilty on that one count. He is known that he did receive about $40,000 in US of Bitcoins during his operation of the Darkode crime board. Well, that's it for this episode of Hack Naked TV. Always tune in here for the latest in information security news. We'd love to hear your feedback. Email us at the show at hacknaked.tv. And keep on hacking naked.